if you're not in the crucible, challenging yourself daily, if you don't know yourself, you're living your life without the knowledge of what you're capable of. The probability that you're lying to yourself about who you are and what you're capable of is increased. And so the probability that you're going to build a whole entire life on a lie is increased. Do the work, get better. In order to be the man, you got to become the man. Good morning. So concerned with being perfect. This game's just really about taking your time, stumbling forward in the darkness by yourself. You don't know anything when you begin. You're imperfect by nature, you always will be. It's more about trying and who you become as you try, not how you appear to other people. When you stay on the path and you keep working, you start having meaning and you start to get to know yourself. It matters less what the onlookers think. So when you start thinking about what it is you want to try to do with your life, don't try to think of some big, huge, perfect thing. Think of where you want to be. Just accept the fact that you're just going to need to start and be imperfect for a long time. The difference between the master and the student is the master has failed more times than the student's ever tried, right? I didn't say that, but you get inoculated to losing and you start to realize that it's the losing and the imperfect actions that really teach you what you need to know in order to become. And you don't even feel like you've been winning. But then after a while, you look behind you and you see that you've covered ground. And then you look over and people are looking at you like you're actually doing something, and in your mind you're still failing, but you're making progress. And progress equals happiness. You start to realize, wow, there's something to this game. And it starts to take on a life of its own. The thing is, so much of what we do has to do with the reality that without an effective relationship with truth, your life will degenerate. It will break down because your reality will be built on unconsciousness, on a lie about what you have to tell yourself in order to feel good about yourself. The work protects you from that. And the reality is that becoming stronger gives you a greater capacity for truth, not just physical strength, but internal strength, emotional strength, all these different inner psychic, intellectual, spiritual strength. If you're not in a position of power, you won't be strong enough to be intimate with truth. That's why you're running anyways. Be in the truth. Know your weaknesses. Be intimate with your weaknesses, which also means to know your strengths and be intimate with those too. And the stronger we become, the more we can take responsibility. And you can't change what you can't take responsibility for, so the more you can take responsibility for, the more powerful you are. You have to find something that justifies this stuff, that justifies what we're doing here, that justifies the pain and the monotony and all the pokes and prods and strikes and bruises and wounds we take throughout this life. There's got to be a meaning. You're stronger if you have a meaning for it. And it's not about having the exact scientific meaning. It's more about your power as the godship of stewardship over your life. And the fact that because of that, you get to choose a meaning. And it's about having the balls to do it, because it will make your life better and it'll make you perform better. The thing you choose will teach you everything you need to know in order to choose a present purpose, the next present purpose, and the present purpose after that to get you to your destiny. But you have to have the balls to freaking choose, man. Gosh, so many people, dudes out here Peter Panning around, playing for fun, and it's like, fun is for kids. Purpose and meaning, and your ability to choose it, and your ability to work for it and court it, and what you learn about yourself and who you become. This is what life's about, man. One of my favorite things about being on this path is you get ridiculed a lot, you get attacked a lot by scared little people. And I love watching the sun come up, knowing that I've been putting in work for hours before the sun came up. And as the mirror, the man in the ring, when you know you're putting in work, you get to ask yourself, I wonder where my haters are right now. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's 4 a.m. and I'm getting up, I wonder where my haters are, you know what I'm saying? We both know the reality is they ain't putting in the work. And that's why they'll never understand people like us. It's not arrogance when you live it. About this verse, about childlike faith, you know, I was kind of like, it's interesting. But I get it, I think. In so many ways, in order to do anything, in order to be anything, you really have to. Faith without works is dead. It's impossible to please the Father without faith. But in order to take action, right, in a meaningful way, you have to believe almost like a child. Because adults are too logical and they play it too safe and they're too fear-based because they know what can happen in reality. But then where's your faith? If you're so scared of reality or your own inadequacies that you never go. And then what can God do with you if you never go? What can God do with you if you never pick up your stones? What can he do with you if you never leave your Father's house? This is the game. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. But what I think people don't realize is you're fashioning your crown. You're making your bed every single day that you do or do not face yourself. So I say this out of compassion and out of love. Do the work. Do the work. So many people are alive but are not living. The better we can become individually, the better we can become as a race. I'll see y'all in the ring. Get after it. Boom.